My name is Abhinav, and I worked at Mozilla Labs this summer on the Prospector project. I am a CS and HCI double major at Carnegie Mellon. The Prospector project is basically a series of experiments at Mozilla Labs designed to take another look at the way you search and discover content inside of your web browser and try to make it better. So my mentor here was Edward Lee, who goes by Mardak on IRC. And I'll spend a few minutes talking about my projects here. Let's start with the first one, Recall Monkey. Recall Monkey is basically an improvement to Firefox search, and it's designed to answer the question, what was that awesome page I found the other day? And what we typically do, for instance, if I see this really cool article about a website, about a camera startup that's doing really good things, and I try to find it again a few days later, I go to Google, but all I really remember is keywords like camera lens, better focus, and so there's a really low chance that those keywords are going to find me that article again. Being Firefox, we have the advantage of knowing what sites you've been to, but we don't really use that in the best possible way. So there's a few problems with the way you search your history right now. Namely, first, it's an exact match search engine, so what happens is unless every keyword in your search matches the query, you don't get the result back. Also, your pages aren't necessarily ranked by how popular they are or how closely they match the query. They're ranked purely chronologically, and so that makes it even harder to find things. Moreover, it's four clicks to get to the page in question, the history search. So with that in mind, I tried to make some improvements to the way you find things inside of Firefox. Recall Monkey is essentially you type in r space your search keyword into the address bar and hit enter, and it'll send you to a search page which is hosted inside of Firefox that searches your Firefox history. And the search algorithms behind Recall Monkey are really different in that they're inspired more by web search engines, so it's okay if you type in one or two words that don't exactly match the document. It'll find every relevant result and it'll rank it by how closely it matches. Moreover, it gives you tools to prioritize or exclude certain names. For instance, if you tried searching a lot on Google and you have a lot of Google results for this particular search query, you can get rid of all the Google results that show up in your history and then look at all the other sites. So Recall Monkey is designed to solve a problem that's really different from what AwesomeBar does, even though they're similar. AwesomeBar is really designed to send you off to pages you go to frequently, and it's ranked heavily by frequency, whereas Recall Monkey is ranked by how closely your search query matches. And so Recall Monkey is really meant to go find things by drilling down in your search history, as opposed to AwesomeBar, which is designed to quickly send you off to popular pages. So moving on, my second project was Predictive New Tab, and the idea behind this is that most browsers on the internet use a speed dial when you open a new tab, and Firefox currently doesn't. We thought, can we take that one step further? So the Firefox UI team has been working on a mock-up for how to do a speed dial in Firefox, and the question here is, it's basically ranked by default by how frequently and recently you go to a particular page. But we decided, can we use the context that we already have available? For instance, if we know that you're currently on Pandora, can we use it to re-rank those results and give you sites that you're more likely to go to next? So for instance, can we do this? Can we rank things like Vivo and Pandora higher because you often view Pandora with Vivo and YouTube? So if you look at the results here, they change based on what you're currently browsing. And there's really two ways of doing this. You could either track the user's behavior over time and see what websites the user likes to use together, or you could collect information about the pages and about the pages currently open and search them against a search engine like Recall Monkey inside of the browser. So what works is actually pretty much an open question. It turns out that tracking user behavior works better for popular websites because we have more information in your history about what websites you go to often, whereas searching tends to work better for the long tail, which is websites that you don't go to very often, but there's a lot of such websites in your history. So finally, moving on to tab focus, which was my last experiment here. Sorry. Tab focus is designed to reduce tab clutter. The problem with Panorama is it's an organization tool, much like a to-do list. You don't really try to start using it until you've already created too much of a mess. So the idea is, can we use Panorama in a way that it goes back and fixes your clutter? So if you have a cluttered set of tabs already open, you can think of them as a tree of which is connected by, well, where the little lines represent web pages connecting to each other via links. And what you can do with this is basically, if you want to focus on Pokemon, you can basically click a button, and what it'll do, it'll pull out all the tabs that you currently have open that are related to Pokemon. So in this case, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 websites that are on the rightmost tree. And basically it leaves every other web page on its own. So it helps you reduce clutter by pulling these tabs into a new tab group, and then you can continue with your work and with more focus. And so this is still more or less of a work in progress, and it is, the main challenge here is to understand what users think about as a tab group. Sometimes you may open to completely different things that are in your mind related, but really hard for any algorithm to pick up on. And so we're still trying to work out on this problem and find a good trade-off between being too conservative and being too aggressive. And so that's my work from the summer at Mozilla. It's great talking to you. That's my email address.